My name is Kirsten. I am 61 years old, and I've had the MARPE in my mouth since April 16th, so just about a year. I'm not turning it anymore, so getting toward the end of the whole process, and I'm thankful. We came because I'd had a lot of issues with breathing and just constantly stuffy, and also had just feeling like my mouth was too small. Oftentimes I felt like my tongue was too big for my mouth, and it was hard for me to even to bite. My bottom jaw felt like it had to recede behind my top jaw. Our dentist suggested we came, and I use a CPAP machine. I used a CPAP machine, and I also have asthma. And so I had a lot of just general breathing issues. To breathe a nice big breath, I would pull my nose to the side so I could breathe, which just...
It kind of opened your sinuses?
Yeah, it would open my sinuses, so I felt like I could breathe a good-sized breath. And that was the biggest thing, if I could breathe. And then, secondarily, if it could help me breathing through the night without the CPAP, that would be just a massive bonus.
And if I can mention, I'm a light sleeper, so I would wake up throughout the night and hear her struggling to breathe, that kind of breath, and it just would wake me as a light sleeper. So those were the breathing issues that made for a problem.
Yeah. So we decided to go ahead and do it. For a while I thought, I'm 60, is this really necessary? I hate to say I'm toward the end of my life, but this is it's an investment, it's painful. I'm gonna have braces as a grandma. I have a granddaughter who has braces. I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to do it, but the more we thought about it, we got encouragement from our kids to go for it, and just decided to do it. So
it was the quality of life in the fourth quarter.
There you go. That was it. The process of putting it in was a lot less traumatic than I thought. The first few days I felt extremely claustrophobic. I kept thinking, there's no way I can do this. But it just took a little while to figure out how to swallow and just getting comfortable with it. So my husband turned the crank every day for me, and then every other day after a while. But my palate actually split on day 9, which you don't know what to expect. But it was, I felt like a burning sensation in my sinuses, really, more than anything, and the roof of my mouth, and it was gone within a couple minutes.
But it was scary at the time.
At the time, I was, and I was glad he was there to be comforting. But within the first days after that, or weeks after that, I started feeling my breathing ease up. I could actually take a breath and breathe in. And I took allergy medicine for probably 15 years, thinking that I had these terrible allergies that were making me stuffy. And I didn't realize I haven't taken allergy medicines in a year either. Just because I'm not allergic to things, I just was compact.
Well, I remember the day when, I don't know when it was, maybe a month in or whatever, that all of a sudden she could breathe. She said, I don't have to. It was a dramatic change in her breathing overnight. And then she says, I don't have to do this anymore. I don't have to. And I just feel, it was a game changer for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm very thankful that we did it. Dr. Matsumoto has been amazing. I love that he explains to me what he's doing. Most people may not care about that, but it helps me to know why are we doing this? What are we doing? And he's really has an amazing way of explaining super patient. I am so thankful that we did this, and wouldn't change a thing.
Well, and from my perspective, again, I'm not waking up numerous times in the night with her breathing problems. She's not wearing the CPAP anymore. That's a year now, not wearing the CPAP, or close to it.
Yeah, getting close.
Where her breathing, it's just, she says, I can breathe out of my nose finally. She always, she would breathe a lot out of her mouth. And then when we saw the x-rays, it showed that the palate had opened up her nasal passage. You could see the change. As her husband, I think the quality of life now for her and me now is dramatically changed. And so we're grateful for the Dr. Matsumoto, the staff here have been incredible. We just, this has been a wonderful experience.
Yes,
really.
Very worthy. Worthy investment.
No complaints. Better than we thought, this whole outcome. And so if you're on the verge, at least come in and have a look, a consult, because we were even reluctant to do that. And we're so glad that we did.